Morning. I am live again this morning, and I wanted to talk about gratitude because I think that it is definitely something that you want to cultivate in your life to help you create more joy and peace and calm in your life. But it can be something that we use against ourselves, which then ends up defeating the whole purpose. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that today and just talk about gratitude in general and how you can use it in your life to really expand your life and make it more enjoyable. But also some of the caveats that go with that. So, what got me thinking about gratitude today was that I am sort of in the midst of something in my life. I have these goals that I want to achieve, and and goals are great because we always want to move forward. But what I've been finding is that I'm coming at these goals from this place of lack and neediness and urgency. Like, I have to get it done, I have to get it done, I have to get it done. And I'm overwhelming myself because I'm telling myself that it all has to get done today, and that if it doesn't get done, it means that I am falling short and I'm not enjoying any of it. And so the way that I'm showing up is not my best. And so I started to think about, well, who do I really want to be? How do I want to show up as I work towards these goals? And the answer was not the way I have been. And so then I started to think about, well, what do I need to do? And I came back to gratitude because I thought you can come at goals from two different places. You can come at goals the way I have been, which is from this place of lack, which is that, um, you know, I'm not where I am isn't good. I need to be in a different place. I need to move forward. I need to get it done. And if I don't, then, there's something wrong with me. I'm deficient in some way. Or you can come at goals from the place of, I have so much amazing stuff in my life and I just want to continue to grow that, continue to expand. So I do have goals, but I'm coming at those goals from this place of wholeness, from this place of I'm okay where I am and I just want to move forward and expand and hopefully expand that with others. And so what I realized was that in order to do that, I had to go back to gratitude. Um, and really just think about what are the things in my life that I am grateful for now? What are the beautiful things in my life that I already have that I want to expand on if I can? And when I started to do that, and I sat down and I made myself make a list of 10 things, and I also, when I did that, I didn't, because sometimes what I will do is I'll write down, 10 things. My children, the dog, my family, like these one word items on my list just to kind of get it done. And today when I did it, I thought, no, I don't want to do it that way. I want to really be like slow and intentional as I create this list. And I really want to think about what are the very specific things that I'm grateful for. So if it's, a specific person, what is it about that person? What's one thing about that person that I really love, that really adds to my life? Or what's one thing about that experience that I've had that really adds to my life? To really sort of dig a little bit deeper and figure out what are those underlying things that I really am grateful for. And by the time I finished, my thoughts and my feelings, the way I felt in my body had completely shifted from this really nervous, stressed out energy to one of just relaxation and calm and peace. And so I just started to think about, and this is, I know this, and I do practice gratitude pretty regularly, but we all get knocked off the horse every once in a while, and that's where I am at the moment. And so I just, it reminded me of the importance of really, being present in our lives and thinking about the things that we're grateful for. And one of the things that Brene Brown talks about is that gratitude can be really powerful when you are feeling fearful. Um, it's just a way of reminding yourself of everything that you have. Um, and it helps take the edge off of the fear. So that's the other thing about gratitude, is that if you are in a place of difficulty or darkness and things are feeling really tough, gratitude is not going to make that all go away, but it can give you those little pockets of peace and hope and joy, even in the midst of whatever it is that you're dealing with. It can help you be present in the moment so that you can appreciate those little gifts that happen, even if it's for a minute out of your day. That minute will then just kind of give you the resilience to get through all of the difficult stuff that you're dealing with. And if you can, kind of collect those small moments, it really will help fuel you as you deal with whatever is in front of you. But the other thing about gratitude that I wanted to talk about is kind of I kind of think of it as the dark side, because sometimes we use gratitude against ourselves, and that is not what we want to do. So, I should be, if you have a particular situation where you're really unhappy in your job and you really want to make a change, you may think, well, I should just be grateful that I have a job and I have an income and just stop complaining. That probably doesn't make you feel great. It's okay to say, well, I am grateful that I have a job and I have an income and I can put food on the table and pay my bills, and that's amazing. But I'm still really unhappy in my job and I need to figure out what my next steps are. Or, whatever the situation is, so often we think, well, I should just be grateful that it's not worse. Or somebody may tell us that. Sometimes some well-meaning person is, uncomfortable that we are upset or struggling, and so they try to find the bright side by telling us that, we should be grateful for X, which ends up just making us feel a lot worse. So it's, first of all, it's possible to be grateful for something and still want more. And secondly, you don't have to be grateful for something that's causing you suffering just because it could be a lot worse or someone else has it a lot worse. That is not truly gratitude. Then that just ends up making us feel guilty, and it invalidates the way that we're feeling, and keeps us stuck, because then we feel like we're being greedy or selfish or whatever other word we choose to use to label it, for wanting to change the situation, and then we don't do anything about it. So that's not the way we want to apply gratitude in our lives. What we do want to do is use it to help us find the positive. Sometimes the positive may just be that you're grateful for the awareness that this situation needs to change. I found myself in situations that I had accepted for years, that made me really unhappy. And I, at some point, just became grateful for the awareness that I needed to change the situation. I wasn't even ready to make the change. I was just grateful that I knew that I had to, because then I could do what I needed to do to prepare myself emotionally for, what I had the decisions that I had to make or the steps that I needed to take. So sometimes that is something you can be grateful for, is that you're just aware that this situation is not working anymore, and that now you have the opportunity to make the changes, however long that may take you, or you have the opportunity to ask for help. Um, so you can use gratitude in that way, but you don't want to use it as a way of shaming yourself. So, those are my thoughts for today on gratitude. So, what I would recommend is that sorry about the phone call in the background. I thought I put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Anyway, use gratitude as a way to help yourself find those beautiful moments, those things in your life that truly add to it, and that help you feel expansive. I think expansive is the word I'm looking for. Just what makes you feel open and um, expansive, and just looking for, like, inspires you to do more. Um, that is what gratitude is. And the other the other thing I wanted to mention is that there are absolutely times, like if you are in a period of grief and loss, if you have lost someone in your life, um, there's just so much sadness and grief, and you have to feel those feelings. We have to feel all of our feelings, even when we're grateful for something. We have to feel whatever those other feelings are, and we don't want to use gratitude to try and stop ourselves from feeling those feelings, or make ourselves feel guilty for having those feelings. But if you are um, if you are really suffering, if you are in grief, if you are in dark struggle, um, you know, thinking about how can you use gratitude to take the edge off in whatever way you can, and just help fuel you as you go through those dark times. And I think those are the times that it's probably the most challenging, because you're just overwhelmed by the depth of your feelings. And sometimes the gratitude is that you were vulnerable enough to experience love, and that you're now experiencing loss, which may not be something you want to hear right now, but it is true that we can only experience loss when we've allowed ourselves to love deeply, and that is a gift, even though in the midst of the loss it may not feel that way. Um, so anyway, I hope that that has been helpful for you, and I am grateful for you and that you're here today, and I am wishing you a wonderful day.